Welcome to WTFacts Chronicles, where reality is always stranger than fiction.
Last time on WTFacts Chronicles, we saw computers that think like brains, DNA that stores the internet, teleportation through space, solar farms the size of cities, and even 3D printed human organs. But that was just the beginning. In this episode, we'll explore 5 more mind-blowing breakthroughs: robots made from living cells, devices that pull power straight out of the air, cloaks that make objects invisible, electronics that disappear when you're done with them, and even materials that heal themselves like living skin. Welcome back to WTFacts Chronicles. Let's dive into part 2. Chronicle number 38, Living Robots. Imagine a robot that isn't made of wires, plastic, or metal, but from living cells. Scientists have actually built them, and they're called Xenobots. They're created from the skin and heart cells of African clawed frogs. When placed together in a lab dish, these cells naturally form tiny clusters that can move, push small objects, and even repair themselves if damaged. What makes Xenobots special is that they're not alive in the way we think of animals, but they're not machines either. There's something in between, a brand new form of programmable life. Researchers at the University of Vermont and Tufts University, with computer modeling help from Harvard's Weiss Institute, designed these tiny living robots. Some can even join together to work in groups, gathering particles like microscopic construction crews. Scientists believe they could one day collect microplastics from the ocean, deliver medicine inside the human body, or repair damaged tissues. And here's something even more incredible. When damaged, Xenobots can heal themselves within minutes. No metal machine can do that. But if robots made of living cells sound unbelievable, wait until you hear about technology that doesn't even need batteries, because it pulls electricity straight out of the air. Chronicle number 39, Power from Thin Air. Electricity is everywhere around us, hidden in the moisture of the air. And now, scientists have figured out a way to harvest it. At the University of Massachusetts Amherst, researchers built a device called an air gen, short for air generator. It uses protein nanowires created by a bacterium called Geobacter sulfuriducens. When exposed to humidity, these nanowires naturally produce an electric current, like pulling energy out of thin air. The device is tiny, silent, and can be placed almost anywhere. Imagine charging your phone without a plug, powering medical sensors deep in a forest, or giving energy to remote villages where electricity is scarce. It doesn't need sunlight like solar panels. It doesn't need wind like turbines. It just uses the water vapor already in the air, day and night. One day, this could power smartwatches, health monitors, or entire networks of sensors that never need to be recharged. It's clean, endless, and invisible. Electricity that seems to come from nowhere, yet it's all around us. And if pulling power from the air isn't magical enough, imagine technology that can bend light itself, making objects vanish before your eyes. Chronicle number 40, Invisible Cloaks. Throughout history, people have dreamed of invisibility. From myths and legends to Harry Potter's cloak, it always felt like pure fantasy. But scientists are making it real with special materials called metamaterials. Metamaterials are engineered in ways that don't exist in nature. They can bend light around an object, just like water flowing around a rock in a stream. To your eyes, it looks as if the object isn't there at all. At Duke University, researchers created one of the first cloaking devices in 2006, hiding objects from microwaves. Since then, labs around the world, from Imperial College London to the University of California, Berkeley, have improved the technology, bending not just microwaves, but visible light in small experiments. The applications are huge. Militaries are interested in cloaks to hide vehicles. Architects imagine buildings that can blend perfectly into their surroundings. Even entertainment could use invisibility for mind-blowing effects in virtual reality. We're still far from a cloak that makes a person vanish in broad daylight. But the fact that invisibility is no longer just a story proves how far science has come. And if hiding objects is impressive, what if your gadgets didn't just hide, but completely disappeared after you were done using them? Chronicle number 41, Vanishing Electronics. Every year, the world creates more than 50 million tons of electronic waste. Old phones, broken laptops, dead batteries. The pile keeps growing, and most of it ends up in landfills, poisoning the planet. But scientists are developing vanishing electronics. These are devices designed to dissolve completely after they're no longer needed. At Northwestern University, engineers created electronics that melt away in water or inside the human body. The U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, is also funding Transient electronics, military-grade devices that self-destruct after missions, so sensitive data can never be stolen. Imagine a medical implant that monitors your body for a few weeks, then safely dissolves inside you, no surgery needed. Or environmental sensors that track pollution in rivers, and then vanish without leaving trash behind. It sounds like magic, devices that don't just turn off, but fade away completely, leaving no trace. This could change the way we think about technology forever. No more mountains of e-waste, just devices that live, work, and then return harmlessly to the earth. But what if our future devices didn't just vanish, but actually healed themselves, just like living things? Chronicle number 42. Self-healing materials. Imagine if your phone screen cracked, and then slowly healed itself overnight. Or if cars, bridges, and airplanes could automatically repair tiny fractures before they became dangerous. That's the promise of self-healing materials. At the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, scientists created polymers with tiny microcapsules. When the material cracks, the capsules break open, releasing chemicals that seal the damage, like liquid stitches. Other teams, such as at Stanford University, have built flexible electronic materials that can reconnect after being torn apart. And in the Netherlands, researchers at Delft University of Technology developed self-healing concrete that uses bacteria to fill cracks with limestone. The implications are massive. Electronics that last longer, cars and airplanes that repair themselves mid-use, even spacecraft that could heal in orbit without human hands. We may soon live in a world where materials don't just wear out, they heal themselves, making our technology almost alive. And when you combine living robots, vanishing electronics, and materials that heal themselves, it's clear that the line between technology and biology is starting to blur. From living robots, to invisible cloaks, to self-healing materials, these breakthroughs prove that technology is moving faster than we ever imagined. And this is only the beginning. In future chronicles, we'll uncover even more surprising, shocking, and fascinating facts, from hidden places on Earth to discoveries in science, history, and beyond. So, which of today's breakthroughs amazed you the most? Was it the living robots, the devices that pull power from thin air, or the idea of technology that heals itself? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to WTFacts Chronicles, because the future is only getting stranger and our journey is far from over.